I'm Stephen Cronin, thanks for joining me again from the watercolour painting demonstration. This is clear water just going all over the paper, right the way to the bottom. This will stop the paper from going all crinkly. I'm basically stretching it as I go along, as I start painting. The traditional way is to do it before you start, but I'll just do it as I go along, and I'll just re-clip these clips on the side of the paper, pull it tight, and I'll be good to go again. This is just raw sienna all the way down to the bottom. Clean the brush, then I'm going to go into a little bit of ultramarine with a little bit of Payne's grey. Whoops. I've flicked a few bit of water up there, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just work with it. Not a problem. Let's just dash this in. A bit more water. I'm just going to bring this right down. I think I'm going to bring this right down to the bottom as well. We'll see what happens. A bit more Payne's grey, a bit more ultramarine. Just darken that up a little bit. Quite a high horizon line, so I'm not going to do too much more. I have a bit of alizarin crimson in there as well, just for a bit of extra colour. Alizarin crimson, Payne's grey, a little bit of cloud up there. I think I might just leave that sort of background as it is. I'm going to try and scrape out a distant mountain, but I want it flat against the board. And you can see I talked about pre-stretching. This is stretched a little bit, and it will stretch a little bit more, and I'll have to refix it again a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to see if I can get away with scraping a little mountain. Just up there. Something like that. That'll be the most distant land, and then in front of that, if I just clean the brush, I might just go with a bit of raw sienna, a bit of burnt umber, a little bit of ultramarine. Let's bring this down just in front of that, and down there. Something like so, and that's the most distant part. So that's the distant sort of snow-capped mountains. We've got that in front of that, and then this right hand side is coming slightly closer again. So I want it a little bit stronger, a little bit less paint, a little bit more paint rather, less water. Picking up a lot of those sky colours, but I'm going into the ultramarine just to really darken it a bit. And it's going to come down to about there. Somewhere down to about there, so I'm doing up that, a bit more raw sienna, and this is going to go, it's going to go higher than that one, right up there. More ultramarine, just the land out a little bit, that land's coming out there, something like that. There's going to be a big rock here, so I'm not going to worry about that for the time being. What I'm going to do is take a bit more raw sienna. Now this, see, most of this is going to end up being land. Something like that. Just going to sweep that in. Bit of burnt umber, bit of ultramarine. What I'll do, I'll put this in first. Just a little bit of cadmium yellow, might just a hint of a little bit of grass, green foliage growing down there somewhere. What I'll do, I'll put this, lay it in. and then I'll dry it and then put another layer on top. Just to try and really darken it. But what I want now is some big rocks on this right hand side, so just dipping the very tips of the brush in just to bring all the edge back together, and you've got burnt umber, a bit of light red. Just want to make a dark colour, a bit of ultramarine and a bit of Payne's grey as well. In fact, a bit of crimson, just throw the lot in. And then this, I'll see how dark it goes, I might have to do it again if I am happy with it. Just darken that a little bit. Bit of ultramarine, it's coming down there like that. What I'm doing. Yeah, that's pretty wet, so I ain't got to worry too much that it's going to dry before I get round to scraping it in. But look first, down there, someone else down there. Right, and let's take the card. So it's going to be something like that. Not quite happy with that. Let's see if I can get that a little bit better. So scraping, what you're not happy with, just paint straight back over. Big rock there. Rock there. Bit more round there. That's way too much scraping, but I'm gonna paint over what I don't like. Bit of red, bit of brown. Pretty much all of that. I don't like any of that, to be honest with you. Just go a little bit down there. Too much, it's just what I'm going to do. Paper stretch a little bit, so I'm going to pull it flat again against this board just so that it's flat. I'm going to give that a quick dry. Right, now what I basically want is for this section to be darker tone than that, just to help push that right back into the distance. So I just want to put little dark sections. So I've just dip the brush into the water just to loosen the paint up a little bit. I'm doing a bit of burnt umber, a bit of ultramarine, and there's just enough water just to hold all the airs together in the brush. And what I'm going to do, I'll just darken this little bit. Good raw sienna there, and just little bits in there. The little stone, just very. Obviously these are quite far away, so I'm doing these pretty small. I'm just wondering if I need some sort of path. I might go over a fair bit of this. I think we need a little path in there somehow. I'm wondering how to put it in. If I take, just clean that brush, bit of light red, bit of ultramarine, not too much water, lots of paint. I'm going to need a colour that's different to what's on there, just so that the path stands out. And once I've got plenty of paint on the brush, I'm thinking it's going to go right over there, maybe sweep round there somewhere. Sweep round there, does that? Just line the edge of that path with a few rocks. Just make it stand out a bit better. I think that looks a bit better now, doesn't it? Got down there something. So we've got a sort of path sort of sweeping all the way down there, and then I think a bit of dips and dabs. What we definitely need, is a focal point. I could have done without a little bit lighter up there. In fact, I could still. I wonder if I can get a man dark enough to stand there. What I need, it's going to have to be pretty dark because it's quite already dark toned. Just going to go a bit of burnt umber, a bit of ultramarine. I don't think it's going to stand out. So. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lighten it. So what I'm going to do is just take a damp brush. Just take a damp brush like that. I'm just going to lighten that area. Just for no other reason that so that I can paint a little man. Exactly, if I've done it too light now. I might have done that a little bit too light. Put a little bit of green in there. A little bit of green. Just fill that in. That's it. Let it keep dry. I've got a lighter background now for the man and his dog to go up against. This will stand out. This wouldn't have stood out before. So now I can put and then go with the legs. More paint, and then up there goes little dog. Now, just stands out a little bit better. And up in the sky, a little bird, and then last but not least, stick your name somewhere, not right in the corner because you won't see it when it's mounted, but just in from the corner. I'm going to pull that one finished. So let's see what it looks like with the mount on. So this is the completed painting with the mount on, so if we go and have a closer look at it, It's quite a high horizon line, so not much room for the sky. But there was a bit of raw sienna in the background, and then a little bit of a alizarin crimson here for the clouds. So once all that was in, it was the case of create the most distant mountain. I've scraped it in with a card just to create this sort of snow-capped effect. But then, because that was lighter toned, I was eager to do this. I knew it was going to take a couple of washes with a drying process in between, just to really darken the foreground area, so it contrasted nicely against the distance. So this foreground, moving to the middle ground, pushed quite the way up, almost to the halfway point, just so there's very little bit of water. What water there is there, you can just see the reflection of the raw sienna in the loch. And in the foreground, just a mass of rocks scraped out with the corner of a plastic card. And then I've sort of scraped out a few more rocks just to line this path that starts off in this foreground area and then sweeps round. So our little figures there. Now, you remember if you can see the sort of tonal value of the two figures, this is what it looked like before, so they wouldn't have stood out, so I had to lighten this area. Just damp it with a wet brush, take it off with a tissue, and then put the figures in. Well, I hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Any questions, please ask. Keep practicing, and I'll see you again soon.